Welcome back, everybody. I am back into reefing, and today we're going to be doing a introduction to my coming back to reefing. And this is a newly set up 6-foot 130 gallon tank. I'm going to go over some things in the tank, but first a word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Fragbox Corals, Toronto's premier location for all your saltwater tank related items, including dry goods, aquariums, and of course corals and fish. Check them out online at Fragbox.ca and use coupon code HOBBY at checkout to save a whopping 75% off your first order. That's right, 75% off your first order using coupon code HOBBY, courtesy of March over at Fragbox.ca. Actually, I made that up. You don't get a discount. We do not have a discount code for you, but they are really cool, knowledgeable people. Go check them out and pay full price, but it's always a fair price. Fragboxcorals.ca, located conveniently over on like Marley in Toronto. Fragbox.ca. Okay, as I mentioned, we've got a 130 gallon, roughly, I think it's like 129 or something like that. It's a 6-foot tank. And one thing I'm going to start by saying is I realize that the tank is ugly. It is full of cyanobacteria. For those of you that don't know with reefing, or have perhaps had your tank set up for a long time and you forget, this is just a completely normal stage in getting a reef aquarium going. There's not much you could do to avoid it other than use some like red slime away or something like that, although that could potentially cause harm to some corals and invertebrates. So I just left it, and I'll show you what I use for that. Right here, I did the review on this many years ago in my 200 gallon. This is a Rubbermaid pocket vibrator toothbrush thing. And basically it is completely waterproof, as you can see like that. And I just go in and you just lightly go over the rocks like this, and all of that nastiness comes off. I'm just gonna show you kind of quickly here. I got to do today is water change day, so I'm going to be doing a water change. Sorry, I don't have the camera in a very good angle, but anyway, you guys get the idea. The video is not about that. Let's put that away. The video is a quick overview of my system. So I set this system up mostly with used components. Some new components. I will be doing a separate video doing a cost analysis of what it costs to set this up and versus what it would cost new. So the system has 3 Radion XR30 lights. We've got 2 these Nero 5 wave pumps, an MP40 right there, and then in behind these rocks over here, you won't be able to see it, but is a MaxSpect gyre, and that's doing flow down the back wall. You can't really tell, but the back wall is left open, so those rocks don't even touch the wall. Those ones do, but just at the top. I know that's hard to see. I probably could have killed the waves. And the reason I did that is I wanted tons of caves throughout. And sorry if the color's off. I was actually trying to delay making a video, but I had some time right now. I've ordered filters for my phone so I can actually film the coral in proper lighting, because these are all going to look very, very bland and crappy. Because to make a video like this, you kind of have to have the lights on white, which doesn't make the coral look very appealing. So it is what it is. Anyhow, so I kind of stacked the rocks the best I could to try to leave lots of little spots for the fish to go in and out of. And so right now, speaking of fish, we have the 2 clownfish here, and then we also have a lawnmower blenny named Clippers. Wherever he is, he's in here somewhere. He's always in and out of the rocks. And then the other day I picked up a pistol shrimp and Watchman goby. When I dropped them in the tank, like we did the acclimation, oh, there's the, I don't know if you guys are going to see him very well, but that's the lawnmower dude right there, Mr. Clippers. As soon as we dropped the fish and shrimp in, the shrimp ran right under that rock right there. And he's been in there because I can tell, because there's freshly disturbed gravel all pushed out there. So I know he's still under there. Saw the little yellow Watchman goby. It was very, very small. Saw him for the first day and then he kind of disappeared. So I'm hoping he didn't like do something stupid like sacrifice himself to an anemone, because the anemone would eat him. And then I was like, maybe he went down the overflow, but hopefully not. Hopefully he just turns up. They do like to live under rocks, so he may just be chilling for a couple of days. Anyway, so I've put about $600 worth of coral into this tank so far. I know it doesn't look like $600 worth of coral, but it is. So this is, there's two like golden hammers, and then like a purpley golden and then a green. We got a couple of, well, a single frag of it, but acan. We got some Sophastria there, and then Zoods. These are utter chaos right there. Right behind them are pink diamonds. And then this, which is the most valuable piece in here, that one single polyp right there sells for upwards of $250, even more on some websites. It's called something crack, ultimate crack or something like that. Anyway, it's a special zoo. It does not look very good under this lighting with the without a filter. I'm sorry. If you look up most expensive zoanthid, it's going to come up. You'll know the name of it, and you can see what it looks like actually on a nice day. Over here we got some Sunset Montipora. We got some GSP up on top, pretty basic. Pulsing Xenia, lots of pulsing Xenia. And then we got some, I believe, Eagle Eyes right there. And those, I don't know what they are. This right here is a Rasta colony. I know they don't, I can't do them justice on this video. I do apologize. They color up very nicely under actinic lighting. Over here we've got a chalice. Same thing. It's actually like under the blue lighting. It's a neon pink with like yellow polyps. Looks really cool. Excuse the mess. What else do we got? These pink ones. I don't remember. Are they pink lemonades or something like that? We got a big teal bird's nest, and down here got a what is that, a rhodactis or something mushroom, and I think that's pretty much it. I know it doesn't look like 600 bucks, but it is. That's you know, with coral pricing here in Canada, you pay what you got to pay for them, and yeah. So that is basically the system. So, and then tucked in the back there, I've got a heater. Then there's also like 5 hermit crabs, 5 snails, or 6 snails. I'll be adding to that, but that's what's in here for today. The tank was set up using Carib Sea live sand. So we used 3 bags of that, which comes like, it's Ocean Direct or whatever. Bulk Reef Supply did some videos on it, and by far I think that was their top pick for reef sand to introduce live nitrifying bacteria. Not to mention that some of the live rock with the anemones and the pulsing Xenia all over it, was actually from my old setup, which I still have to empty out. I'm going to make that into a frag tank. And then, all right, so let's head downstairs to the sump. When I say downstairs, I mean it's down here. It's not really a sump. Everything is a complete mess right now because I'm going to be doing a complete overhaul of it. The fellow I bought the tank off has the sump for it, but he needed it. He was using it for a move and setting up a new tank or whatever. So I'm a couple weeks away from getting that. So I've been using this big Rubbermaid bin. And down here, what I did was I got myself some lights from Amazon that are motion activated. So as soon as I swing my arm under there, they're up under there anyway, they kick on. Now, in the sump, we're running a Vectra S2, but I'm going to get rid of that and go with an L2, the bigger one. I'm not happy with the flow out of it. It's not enough. But that's okay. I'll be running frag systems anyway, so it's not going to go to waste. In here, we've got a couple of controllers just put up onto the wall. We've got some leaky plumbing. Every now and then it lets out a little drip, so there's some salt creep. It doesn't matter because when I get the new sump, this is all going to be replumbed higher up because we won a board. Let me show you. We won this adaptive reef board here. Oh, if I can get it open. This goes in there, and basically, if you've never seen one, it's a mounting board to mount all, it hides all your wires in behind it, and then you can screw your controllers and shit onto it. So I gotta figure all that out, and it's gonna go, I think, right here in that area there with the wire slot behind it, because that's how I get access to my wiring. Over here we're running a SWC 180 skimmer. Got it in a package deal with a bunch of other equipment. I'm not going to get into pricing, that's a whole separate video. And right now we're running the power all through these two power bars, but then I picked up a Neptune controller like this. I got all this, but unfortunately I fucked that up because I went ahead and did an update, and then it said the update was successful, but after like 15 minutes the display was still frozen, the clock wouldn't change, none of the buttons would react, the program on the computer wasn't doing anything. So I was like, oh, that's weird, so I unplugged it, and then when I plugged it back in, now the screen is just blank. So I'm working with Neptune email support to try to see if we can figure out how to get that up and running again, because it would be nice to, I've got the Neptune auto feeder. It came with a package deal I got. Anyway, it would be nice to have a controller on the system, and then I could, you know, upgrade to the dosing pumps and all that. This is going to be a full mixed reef. So, yeah. So, anyways, down in the sump, I got a bunch of larger pieces of live rock, and then I've actually got a big bag of like rubble rock that we'll be going into once I get the new sump set up. I do have to save that as an open spot. I've got a piece of wood here that's going to get mounted on that. That's actually access to the crawl space under my house, so I've always got to leave that available, but that's where my I'm going to put a tank there for the reservoir for the fresh water. Right now it's just set up as a mess because I'm still working on it. I built the stand, it's not done yet. Still got to put doors and finish some trim work and paint it. Got to put trim up in here. This is foam. And yeah, so I'm really excited to be back at it. I was hoping to, I used to do these videos many years ago on my 200-gallon system and some systems before that, and it was a lot of fun. I had to sell though during for a move, and now we own the house, so I don't have to worry about that. And at some point I would like to go larger, and there is the potential of doing a little fun fragging operation. I have a commercial property with a commercial shop in the back, so there's the potential that one day there could be even a little frag shop in the works, but that would be a while down the road, although I do want to turn this into a little frag grow out or something, and because I've got some extra XR15 light, so I could always use that on there. And for fragging, for people that may not know, that's so, just so you understand, so let's just say I go to a store and I buy this Rasta colony, right? So I buy that and say it's got 18 heads on it. Now, one head sells for, you know, $10, $20, $30, whatever, depending where you buy it and all that. So I would go, and as soon as I buy it, I may use a razor blade very carefully, because that's one of the most toxic substances on earth, is paleotoxin. But anyway, very carefully go ahead and cut a couple of those off and glue them onto another frag plug, which I've got a frag plug sitting here. One of them fell off the rock. I don't even remember what's on that one. I'll move it later. Anyhow, and then you glue that onto another plug, and you could turn that into like that Rasta colony there. I could have turned that into probably 3 or 4 other frag plugs with a lesser amount on them. And then you let those grow out, make sure that they attach to their plug nicely, and then you sell those off for, you know, for $20, $30 each. So you know, I bought that at the Niagara Coral Expo in Niagara Falls, Canada, and I don't know, whatever I paid, like $40 or something for that. which was a good deal actually. So yeah, that's where we're at. I don't want to keep this video too long. I think that's long enough. You guys get an idea of the system. If this is of an interest to you, I'd appreciate you liking and subscribing to see some future updates. Essentially, I'm gonna, like I used to do a video every couple of weeks or whatever, just showing what I've done to the tank, what's working, what's not, things that I've introduced. Once I have my coral viewing lenses in stock, then I will like once I have them, I'll be able to do some better videos of the corals, because a lot of people don't realize this when they see corals on TV, like, you know, or whatever, in someone's aquarium under the blue lighting. They think, oh, those are really bright and beautiful. But when you go to the ocean, a lot of times they don't look anything like that. They kind of look like they do right now. They may not be as bright. We artificially add actinic lighting with the LEDs or halides or whatever we do to make the colors pop, but it's not the actual natural coloration that you would see in the ocean. So anyway, the filter that I'm going to get makes it so that I can kind of share that color with you guys a little better. So that's going to wrap it up. Stay tuned for the video when I get it together for the cost breakdown, because it's going to be interesting. I'm going to tell you right now, forewarning, it is not cheap. If you want to set one of these up, go see my buddy at March over at Fragbox, and he can help you out. Maybe start with a nano all-in-one system that is a really good beginner tank. Talking to him and a few other people in the industry, they said a lot of people are coming away from these large tanks and they're going to smaller tanks like this. This is an Evo 13, but there's plenty of options available out there, and I believe March actually has got some that come ready to run out of the box, out of your salt water, and you get everything good to go. So they're a great way to get into the hobby. We are going to be doing a tour of his store, and there's a good potential to actually tour a couple of other stores, so I'm going to work on that as well. So if you're interested in that, like I said, subscribe. It feels great being back in the hobby, because I was just not in love with my small tanks. I didn't take care of it like I should, and I realize it looks like I don't take care of this. This is completely normal. Tank's been up for 2 months now. This is like the 8th week, and it is what it is. This is what happens, and it's easy enough, like I said, to use that brush and Rubbermaid power brush. Just check that out on Amazon. I think it's like 18 bucks Canadian with free delivery. Can't go wrong. It works amazing for this. And yeah, that'll wrap it up, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.